Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the '08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that deal with digital amateur television in the DVB-T format. We transmit on 70 centimeters to a crossband repeater on Cougar Mountain and spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. To find out more about our group, please Google WW7ATS. That's Google WW7ATS. That will take you to our homepage on the internet. There you'll find the exact frequencies we transmit and receive on, and also you'll find a link to YouTube where we stream our nets held Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. Also, we simulcast our audio on our sister station WW7ATS 2-meter repeater 147.08 with a tone of 103.5. So with that, I'll pause. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, in case anybody has emergency traffic or needs to make a contact before our net gets fully underway. Welcome back to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Again, I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Checked in by a video link already is Ron, KD7QKU. Also, we have Bob, K9PQ in Oak Harbor. Richard, K7ITX. Jim, N7QO in Covington. James, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue, and myself, Dave, KD7ZYM. Is anybody else wishing to check in? Hearing none, we'll start the net off with Ron, KD7QKU in Tacoma. KD7QKU, thanks with that. Well, let's go to Bob, K9PQ in Oak Harbor.
Mute this. Well, I'm having some weird little difficulties here tonight. I'm not hearing the streaming output reliably. It's freezing up a little bit, but hopefully you guys are getting me fine. Um, so yeah, By the way, I did get a note from Lee. He's got a club meeting tonight, so he won't be here. And I also heard from James. He might be here. He was off doing something and wasn't sure he'd be back in time. So yeah, I sort of my big news is I have been without proper glasses. These are just drugstore reading glasses. I've been without proper glasses for most of the time since I got into the trailer. My main regular glasses, prescription glasses, the arms, this part came off first on one side, then very shortly after on the other side, and uh, and so my only prescription glasses I have left are sunglasses, and this works okay, but I've been meaning to get some new ones, so I went to Costco yesterday, got an eye exam, and got three new glasses ordered. They'll be coming in about a week. Um, Otherwise, not a lot interesting. Um, just excited about the Seahawks and facing the 49ers. Okay, I'll send it back for now. This is Bob, K9PQ, sending it back to Net Control.
Well, not hearing anything from James. And this is Dave, KD7ZYM. Get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the '08 machine. Well, let's see, for me today, it was a doctor's appointment. It must be a contagious thing going on with the group. I had to go in and have a little report with my doctor, so that was about it. And I went for a visit to my daughter's this afternoon and got together for a little brunch, so that was kind of good. And did some domestic chores around the house. Well, I was reminded by loving a car. Back in my teenage days, I remember dating a young lady, and she had a dog, and she said, "Love me, love my dog." Well, I guess that also goes over to somebody, love me, love my car. So anyway, congratulations with that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, and I've got 44 degrees and cloudy outside. So let's move back up to Ron, KD7.
Can identify it as a proposed bill in Olympia that would require recyclers to hold the metal for 10 days and upload pictures of it to a searchable database. So after one of these big cable cuts, law enforcement can get on a search and see exactly where and when the cable was sold. The bill would also allow police to seize stolen wires from recyclers. So the recyclers are going to have a strong incentive to say, no, we're not touching that stuff anymore.
Who brought it in, who got paid, and how much?
Representative Cindy Ryu is sponsoring the bill, which she says utility companies are supporting.
One of the service providers said, oh, Cindy, this is really not good. And some of the numbers I saw were hundreds of thousands of dollars, up to $500,000 for one incident, just the cost to replace and repair.
Copper lines are the target of the thieves, but they often end up cutting fiber optic cables, which have no scrap value. Every cut can bring down internet and phone service, and metal thieves have even shut down the light rail.
It's very expensive, and we all end up paying for it.
Currently, metal recyclers are required to get a copy of the person's identification when they buy that scrap metal. Now, this proposed bill is currently waiting for a hearing in the House Business and Consumer Protection Committee. Reporting live in Seattle, Jeremy Harris, KOMO News.
Hi there, everybody. We are talking about a quiet January weather pattern in the days to come, including tomorrow. So it will no longer be quite as bright. Instead, fog starts to take root and become a big issue. We'll talk more about it in our forecast in just ahead.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof checked. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and Guardian helps it last as long as possible. That's why every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit us at GuardianRoofing.com. You call this fresh dog food just because it's in the fridge? Don't give it just food for dogs. Made with real 100% human grade ingredients. Because this guy's sticking around for the long haul. So what else am I going to talk to? People?
Turn right.
pair of frames that are
Node
the same.
5, 6,
So
4,
if anything
5,
happens, I can
6,
drop
0.
parts.
Connected to Node
I've
5,
been pretty
6,
good since I've been
4,
retired. I
5,
haven't broken
6,
so much.
2.
Sounded like Richard had sunshine at his house. I didn't have much sunshine here today. It was kind of foggy and cloudy, I guess. Not really foggy, but sort of, you could see in the distance when it was overhead, kind of blocked out the sun. So anyway, it's always nice to see everybody. So Dave, I saw Wade on. So Wade's hanging in here someplace. So you might want to add him to the list. He put a picture up once. All right, back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. And for Ron, a little QRM coming in on 2 meters. It's also there on the digital audio tonight. I don't know what's happening. It's not shaking hands properly from the digital audio to getting it over to 2 meters. But anyway, a lot of QRM in there with buzzing. So let's go to Bob, K9PQ, back up in Oak Harbor.
Well, hey guys, I switched to Echolink, and thank you, Jim, for the report that my video and audio were good. Unfortunately, I was not able to consistently get video out, and the audio was spotty if I got any over streaming. It sounds like 1.2 had a similar problem. So I'm going this route just for tonight. I'm not sure if I've had a few little issues with. I got the same high-speed internet that James got, which is via T-Mobile through their cell phone network, and generally it's been fine. But I've been considering switching to Xfinity, and I think this is one of those times where I might be wanting to do that, because it seems like when I'm doing OBS and the streaming output at the same time, it's maybe a little bit too much for this internet to handle. The uplink speed is not very good on this. Well, I should say it's really good, but compared to others, it's about 5 megabits per second. So it should be enough, I think. But anyway, whatever the case, I'm just glad I can hear everybody now, and I can see pretty well on the streaming output. It still is freezing a little bit here and there. So yeah, let's see what else. I feel like I should have more to report, because I missed on Saturday. But I also took some stuff from my that I had here back to my trailer yesterday. So I had put it in my car in preparation to get it to the trailer, and now that car is cleared out, I can go back to my storage in Woodinville, which I think I'll do tomorrow. I'll take the ferry down and back to Woodinville to pick up some more stuff from my storage. There are a few things, including my microphone that sits on the arm here on my desk, my nice microphone, which I thought would have come with me from this pod, but it was not in the pod, so it's got to be in the storage there. So I'll be looking for that, and a few other things that I want to pick up from there. Yeah, man, I just feel like I should have more to report, but I was under the weather a little bit for a little time, and my sleep is all messed around like happens to me sometimes, so I find myself up more at night than during the day. These days I'm getting up about noon, so it doesn't leave so much time to do things during the day. But yeah, slowly but surely I'm getting unpacked and getting more moved in. Okay, I'll send it back. This is K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks with that. Let's go to Richard, K7ITX.
Okay. Yeah, Bob, yeah, I heard you loud and clear that time. Yeah, maybe you will have to switch. I can't complain about Xfinity that I have, Comcast, except the price. I can complain about the price, but nobody seems to listen. So that's how that goes. So I'm got mildly excited as I sit in my chair having my dialysis. I got a text message from our driver, our sports car driver's mom, who said that he is getting things ready for this Sonoma race. So I've been busy. It's always nice. It's always nice to have something to keep you busy here instead of being bored. So I've already looked into flights to Santa Rosa, California, and rental car. Well, I didn't quite get far. I got interrupted by the social worker who works here. Stopped by to see me, and I give her a lot of attention. She's got the same name as my daughter, Olivia. And anyway, she was noting that she saw that she saw me on a list of prospects for Swedish Hospital, their kidney team. And I think I've mentioned that to you guys once before already. So I had to kind of interrupt my research on traveling from Santa Rosa to Napa, California, and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, it's been actually kind of a exciting night, considering it's usually pretty boring. But with Carla texting me about Josh getting ready for the race, and then I got you guys to pal around with. It's been a good night, so thank you for that, and looking forward to hearing another half hour of your reports. This is K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. And get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. And the net welcomes Wade, W7ITL in Tacoma. And no response from Wade. Let's try again. Wade, W7IT.
W7ITL. Audio is not working tonight. so I'll just use the mic on the radio today. Let's see. Nice to see everybody tonight. It's been a while since I've been on. It's nice to see those pictures, Ron, with the Corvettes. And, yeah, hopefully it will be a good 2026. I'm looking forward to a good year. With that said, I'll turn it back to Net Control. Dave, this is W7ITL.
W7ITL, thanks for that. And Wade, we did have audio both on digital and 2 meters, so you came through and your picture looked good. So let's go on to Jim in Covington, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Also, Dave, I saw Carlos, so please include him in the rotation, if you would, please. Let's see. Oh, Ron, thank you for that video. Lots of cool cars, all vets. I especially admired this one little black one, which was rather old. I don't know why, but I like the older vets a whole lot more. I don't know what that says about me, but anyway, thanks for the video there. Bob, this last go-around, we received no video from you, but good audio over 2 meters. There was a news report today that Verizon service in particular experienced an interruption. 1.5 million customers were without service, both the phone and the digital, the data portion. And then they also said something about some AT&T customers and someone else I didn't catch. They may have said T-Mobile, but something happened when they were talking about that on the news. But so people trying to come across through the telephone networks may not have as much success as you have normally. And Bob, making progress with the move. Yeah, it's going to take a few months. Hang in there, guy. It'll eventually it'll be okay, or else it won't. At least that's my case. I can say that, but so I'm kind of looking forward to downsizing, so that way there's less stuff to go through. But good luck. And yeah, Dick received you both on 2 meters and on 1.2 gigahertz now, so someone resolved the problem that was there apparently. And Roger that, you're on the kidney list. We're hoping that you find a kidney pretty quickly, free you from the dialysis bond. Wade, saw your picture, excellent video, and good audio from you on both 2 meters and 1.2 gigahertz. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
Thanks for that. Again, this is Dave, KD7ZYM. And let's see if James WU7N is checked in yet. And hearing none, let's go to Carlos, 87NP in Clyde Hill.
Right. Let's see if audio flows. Yes, it is. All right. Good evening, everyone. 87 NP from Clydesdale. A little late to the session. I did realize when I joined that the DATV repeater was not connected to the 2 meter, so I did solve that problem. So I know that Bob was making some comments on the text messaging, so maybe that was what was going on. And Wade, I think in your case was just kind of your transmission was not carrying audio on the DATV because the system seems to be working just fine. I did see the pictures from Ron. Very good, very good. You're getting us all excited to get into these cars. On my side, in terms of news, I'm continuing to make progress on my 10 gigahertz activity. So I have a beacon on my bench. Let me just show you. Which, let me see if I can find it. Yeah. So this is all parts connected together, but this is a little beacon that will send my CWID on 10368. So I plan to put it up there. It's a little microcontroller that will be sending this information, and I don't know if I can show the other video, probably not. Let me move back. And so this will be a way of helping people, pointing the antennas my way. Looking forward for that. On the weak signal net this week, I was able to make some additional contacts with a colleague in Bellingham over 1296. They seem to have really nice antennas, and this weekend there will be a contest on the kind of VHF and above, so I'll probably participate on that also. Also received some additional equipment that I had ordered from Europe to rotate my the dish that I plan to use to track the International Space Station. This is from RFM Design. I'm quite excited about that setup. It's going to be a 1.2 meter dish, and it's a very nice new rotator that they have from RFM Design that will allow me to both track the International Space Station and hopefully it will allow me also to start listening on Earth-Moon bounce contacts. I've been studying all the equipment that I need to start listening contacts from the moon, and hopefully at some point have enough power that I can bounce some signals from the moon. So that's the next step. And that's it for now. So I could hear Bob audio correctly, and Richard also. So all good signals. And so sending back to Dave, net control from 87 NP in 1, 2, and
87 NP, thanks with that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. And Ron, thanks for the pictures. That look great with those Corvettes. Wow. All shiny and well taken care of Corvettes. It was nice to see a group of them like that. It's a great, looks like a great new hobby that you got into with the Corvetting. And oh my, and getting 10 gigahertz on the air. I think that's going to be kind of interesting with Carlos. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. Always something new to get on going. And as they say, he will be mooning us, I guess. I don't know if we should say that in which terms it is, but he will be mooning us in the near future. So congratulations with that as soon as he gets his gears together. So let's move back up to Ron, KD7 QKU.
Okay, thanks, Dave. KD7QKU here. Well, good evening again to everyone. Good evening, Carlos. Good evening, Wade. It's always interesting to see what Carlos has. He always has something new, it seems like. He's got lots and lots of toys over there. It would be fun, I guess, to visit him and see all of his stuff. But he's on the other side of town. So, I think I heard Bob say that you were going to take your trailer back to Redmond. Are you going to keep your trailer stored where you had it, or are you going to move it someplace in Oak Harbor? It'd be nice if you had it closer to where you live, I think. So, I did tell you that I had to get my hearing aids fixed at Costco. I was surprised the guy was able to fix it. I thought for sure they'd have to send it in. But he fixed it. So I'm pretty much deaf in my right ear, and of course the right hearing aid is the one that worked, and the left hearing aid is the one that quit. It didn't exactly completely quit, but it was screeching and everything. And so when I was trying to talk on the cell phone, I couldn't really hear very much in it. So I had to put the phone on speaker. I was trying to talk to a few people, but it didn't work out very well. Like I said, I woke up this morning with a little scratchy throat. I sure hope it doesn't turn into another rotten cold. I suppose I ran into somebody over there on Saturday that had a cold somehow, someplace. Okay, I'm just going to listen out here. Like I say, nice to hear what everybody's doing. Back to Net, KD7KU.
KD7 QKU, thanks for that. Now let's pick up Bob, K9PQ in Oak Harbor.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Well, let's see. First of all, I wanted to say that that was really a great video with the Corvettes. Nice to see all of those. And I have to say I agree that that black one, the old one, is a very nice-looking car. But I know that the old Corvettes, they didn't perform quite like other sports cars, and certainly nothing like the new Corvettes do. The new Corvettes are true, really beasts, unlike the old ones. Let's see. So yes, to Carlos, I switched to Echolink, but I think the problem is on my end. I'm not sure. When I tried to use OBS and the streaming out at the same time, the streaming out froze up. What Jim said, apparently the OBS was working fine, but the streaming output can be a little finicky for me, and I think it's my internet. I'm not sure, but I think it's my internet. I'm using the same kind that James has, which is T-Mobile, and it's not as good with uplink speeds as others. So I'm considering switching to Xfinity. Mainly just because, I plan to be here for many years, and I don't want to be always troubleshooting internet issues the whole time I'm here. So that's my thought. As far as, my trailer is up here, Ron. It's in fact very close to me. It's a mile away. So it's very, very close, and it's just up the street. Really very nice. So it's not inside like the other one was, but it is undercover, which is fine. It's just fine. So what I did was I took some stuff yesterday up to the trailer to put it into the trailer that I had here, which I was using like the bed and a few other things before I got my first pod. Now I have my own bed, I have my usual stuff, so I put those things back up into the trailer here in Oak Harbor. Tomorrow I will go down to Woodinville to the storage unit where I used to keep the trailer, but that's where I just have some things that I had put there right before I moved out. In fact, right after I moved out, because I had to make room. I had to get the trailer out first. So that first day or two when I moved out, I was staying at a RV park very close to where I was living in Bothell, and so I used that time to clear out the last few things from my condo there in Bothell, and that's where I put them in that storage. So I did get some things from there already, but I missed some things that I really need, like one of them being my nice microphone here so I won't have to keep using headsets. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on here, and just great to hear and see all you guys and see what's going on. Carlos, very cool on the what was it, 10 gig microwave? Wow, that's impressive. And the weak signal stuff too. Very cool stuff. So yeah, I still have not even gotten to the point of setting up my station here yet. That will happen pretty soon. I've got my desk here pretty close to how I want it to be, and I've got room to put the station here, so that's going to happen soon. I'll need to get some antennas up in the attic. That's going to be a little more of a job, but that's the plan. Okay, I'll send it back. K9PQ.
K9PQ, let's pick up Richard, K7ITX.
Okay, well, we got the Seattle Seahawks coming up. Yeah, we got some excited people here heard me talking about the Seahawks on Saturday, and and I'm going I've been invited to my brother's house for the game. It starts at 5 o'clock and probably won't get over, and I won't get home in time to do the net on Saturday night, so I'll miss you guys, but we'll just keep our fingers crossed that the game goes our way. We got this game we need to win, and the next weekend we need to win, and we're off to the Super Bowl. So, but we have to win. So, anyway, that's my report for tonight, and I'll say 73 K7ITX back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks for that. Let's pick up Wade again in Tacoma, W7ITL.
All right, guys. Something wrong with my camera. So, let me see if I can get this resolved. Let's see. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I think the camera is decided to go to sleep. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I got it working. All right, and I think the audio is working. So let's see. Yeah, Carlos, I got it figured out. It was OBS. It wasn't sending audio to the HDMI input on the transmitter. So let's see. Other things I've been working on lately. I just got done building a new mesh core repeater for a neighborhood close by over in Westgate in Tacoma. I deployed that today. I'm still tweaking the settings on it and getting it operating correctly. It's kind of a hit and miss. It's got kind of a bad line of sight with some of the major repeaters that are like Cougar and Haystack and Peacock. But hopefully I can solve that maybe with different cables. I did replace the cables today with an LMR 400 equivalent. I put a 5.8 dB antenna on it, and it's about 25-30 feet up in the air on top from the ground. Other than that, visited with my daughter yesterday, and let's see, other things. Just kind of hanging out with the family a lot lately. Last weekend we went to Seattle and did a whole thing with Logan for his birthday. And then Monday I went to Everett and I helped a friend move his business to a new building, setting up his network and servers and stuff in the new spot, and troubleshooting networking issues that the electrician had wired all the Cat5 backwards at the patch panel, so that was fun to troubleshoot. Other than that, that's about all I got for tonight. Getting pretty close to the end of the net. I'll catch you guys on the next round if there's time still.
W7ITL, thanks for that. Hey, let's move on to Covington, to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, let's see. Carlos, looks like you're enjoying doing some of the UHF stuff there and above. Let's see. Talking about the space station, I heard over the news that one of the U.S. astronauts somehow is experiencing a medical issue. And so, if I'm not mistaken, today they're supposed to bring down all 4 of the U.S. astronauts. That suggests to me that maybe what happened is something which may be contagious. I don't know. Anyway, so the space station may not have anyone in it for a little while there, or at least none of the Americans. Don't know who all is up there left behind, but just thought I'd throw that out as a reminder or a point for thought. Ron, glad your hearing aid is fixed. Scratchy throat. That reminds me, I saw a doctor today. I still haven't got my flu shot this year. I never used to get them until I turned like 70, and now I kind of feel compelled to get them. I'm not exactly sure why I changed attitudes on that, because I've had so many friends who have had the shots, and guess what? They still got the flu. So, isn't the whole point to protect you from the flu? I don't know. Anyway, my wife will make me get that before too much more time goes by, I'm sure. Dick, have fun Saturday. We're going to miss you, but have fun Saturday. Go Hawks. Wade, I notice your Christmas tree is gone. I'll tell you, I must be the only one who hasn't taken down Christmas decorations yet. I've been so busy. It seems before I retired, it's like I had more free time. But since retiring, and with my wife retired as well, somehow someone always finds something for me to do. I can't always remember what it is I did, but I know I was busy doing something that I wouldn't necessarily have done on my own anyway. Funny how that works. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. Well, let's see if James is with us, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue. And no response for that. So let's move on to Carlos, 87NP in Clyde Hill.
Okay. Audio is flowing. Yes, it is. I thought, Jim, that they did bring 4 astronauts down, but I think there was still one American that stayed. But I wasn't able to see that confirmation. And what I was trying to show previously, let's see if I can show. Yeah, this is the new dish antenna and the new rotator that I will install. I mean, it doesn't need a big mast. It's going to be a small, but it's quite impressive piece of machinery. Many options. It looks something like this, and then you attach the dish on this from RFM Design. Quite impressed. It was a big package that arrived. Good to know about the new repeater activities there, Wade. I don't know if you have noticed also, I was just sending you a note. I mean, the folks that are coming in on 2 meters, sometimes there's the audio that seems like there's a doubling. But I was trying to listen on the input and I don't see anything there. And Bob, whenever you have something there and you're ready to transmit on any frequency, ping me or send me a text. I'll try to point my antennas in that direction and see if I can pick you up directly on any frequency. Probably either 2 meters, or I don't know if you have 222 megahertz, or even 6 meters, so just let me know. Seems like we are approaching the mythical hour, so I'm sending it back to Dave, net control from 87NP in Clyde Hill.
'87NP, this is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City. Well, it's been a pretty good net this evening. About the only hiccup I heard, Ron had a little QRM hum on his audio that was coming in. So I don't know if it was a cross-band repeater moving from the digital audio over to 2 meters or not. But anyway, outside of that, it was understandable. And it's time to terminate the net. This has been the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net, broadcasting in digital amateur television in the DVB-T format. So on behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, and many thanks to our sister station, WW7 ATS 2-meter station, for carrying the audio for our nets also. So with that, I'm signing off the net. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. Good evening all.
Node 3, 4, 5, 1, 7, 7, 7 disconnected. Node 3, 9, 3, 6, 2, 5, 4 disconnected.